for the session 1 of third day of faculty development program. Today's session's resource person is Dr. V. Pramada ma'am, Senior Associate Professor at NICMAR, Hyderabad. Dr. V. Pramada Srinivas is a graduate in commerce and later pursued her master's in business management with specialization in finance and human resource management from Usmania University. She also holds a master's degree in computer commerce. She qualified a national eligibility test from UGC and state level eligibility test from APCSC in the year 1997. Dr. V. Pramada Srinivas was awarded PhD in management from Usmania University. Her topic of research was impact of information technology on organizational effectiveness. Through years, she has published numerous books as well as authored and presented research papers at national and international forums. Dr. V. Pramada Srinivas is endowed with over 25 years of experience as a management teacher, HR consultant, and corporate trainer. Her clientele include public sector units, banks, corporate, professional bodies, and various educational institutes. During her tenure as a business management teacher, she has been associated with various prestigious postgraduate colleges. Dr. V. Pramada Srinivas is presently associated with National Institute of Construction Management and Research as a senior associate professor. I am privileged to welcome you for this session, and the today's topic is work-life balance. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so very much. But when you were reading all that numbers, you made me feel very old.
Thank you so much.
Indeed.
Suresh Reddy, sir, by choice looks old. Me and Venkatramana Reddy, sir, by choice look young. Right?
Obviously, madam.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, he always looks very young.
Who, sir? Venkatramana Reddy, sir.
Venkatram-
Sir, he is youngest of all of us, sir.
Youngest among all of us.
In fact, he is youngest than our students also, I feel sometimes.
Of course, of course.
Ma'am, shall we start the program?
Yeah, we can. So I would
Thank
like
you.
to share the screen.
Thank
Guys,
you, ma'am.
I just want to add one small correction to what Mr. Prasad has told us. Guys, in the previous session of the same FDP of Atal, we had a session on work-life balance.
Yeah.
So where I was trying to discuss about how we have to balance our professional, personal, and social lives. Because work-life balance, whenever we talk about, a lot of people talk only about either professional or personal life. But I added one more dimension to it in my research, that is a social life. Right? How you spend your time with your friends or what you give back to community is also equally important. Our today's session is a further take on work-life balance, where I am talking about rethinking of work-life balance. Because in fact, work-life balance concept has first come in 1930s, popularized in 1950s, was used in 1970s, was applied in many organizations in 1990s. From 2010, like every 20 years, we are seeing a change. In the last 20, I would say 2010 or sometime, most of the organizations have started focusing on this, because the modern organization felt that their employees have to be happy and contented with their personal life and professional life. Only then they would do it. And I'm also glad to share that on the same topic, recently I have published 3 papers which are talking about these 3 dimensions. So our today's topic would be talking more about your, one second, sir, I would share the screen first. Yeah, one second. So today we are going to talk about whether we can rethink or we can talk about work-life balance, because we are using this word so much that I would call it as we are abusing this word. Everybody says work-life balance, but what is that? What is a work-life balance, and how well are we able to? Yeah. So this is not enabling me to use share the screen?
No, you can share the screen, ma'am.
1 second, sir.
Yeah, it's coming now.
Is it coming?
Yes, ma'am.
It's coming, madam.
Yeah, 1 second, sir. Then I'll download it here. Yeah. So today we will just talk about whether we are talking about work-life balance too much, and if we are talking too much about it, what is it we are supposed to do about it, or how well we can balance it. Because like I said, we are talking too much about work-life balance. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. So
See, but the PPT is not shown, ma'am, but only the screen is appeared.
Yeah, screen is appearing. PPT has to be start, ma'am.
now
No, still the screen is with the PPT only. You have to start. You have to click it on, madam. It has to be downloaded, maybe.
no, I have downloaded it.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
coming.
No, but this is only,
Yeah, it's coming, madam.
no, but I don't want this. I want this to be shared. 1 second. Let me see how this can be shared.
Ramana madam,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
kindly stop sharing this particular document.
Yes, sir.
Then start once again share.
Yeah.
Then choose a window.
Yeah, I have.
Then
Yeah.
you can select the PPT.
Yeah. See, that is why I always take the help of professionals. Right? Isn't it? See, I go to a doctor, I don't use my brain.
Madam, गाली मत दो सुबह सुबह.
अरे दोस्त को गाली नहीं तो किसको गाली देंगे भाई? दोस्त को गाली देने का तो हक बनता है हमारा.
अच्छा, thank you.
अगर चाहे तो आप भी दे सकते 2-3 हमको. Right. So friends, I just want to tell you one thing. Today morning we are having this session just to share a thought which came in my mind. Being a working professional and more importantly a working mother, right? I would not call, see, being a working wife is easy, but being a working mother is a very, very tough thing. I hope all my fellow female colleagues will agree here. So this is an idea which I am sharing. I would be happy, I would be enlightened if you can also participate while we are doing this. So it would be great if you people also, contribute your ideas as we go ahead, right? So let us start up. I have divided our day life or our personal life or our professional life or whatever it is, our life, into so many different things which are pulling us in different directions. First and the foremost thing is I would like to call money. Because friends, money is something which is understated but always understood. Because it is one thing which is very, very important. Maybe not the most important thing, but a very important aspect of our life. Then comes career. A lot of people think that we choose to take up a job or we take up jobs for one simple reason that we want to earn money. But I want to tell you that a lot of people here must have taken up teaching probably because they love talking to people, maybe like me, or maybe they have knowledge to share, right? A lot of people I see here are people from different sectors, so they have a lot of knowledge, so they want to disseminate their knowledge, or maybe they just want to have a name for themselves, or they want to prove themselves, or they want to make something meaningful out of their life. So when we choose a career, it can be for many reasons other than money. The next important thing is the physical environment in which we survive and live. It could be your organization or at your personal life. Then comes your personal growth. Friends, this is very, very important. Long back when if you remember, we were studying something about theory X and theory Y. So in theory X, we were been studying saying that people do not like growth, right? But because growth is a natural tendency of human beings, I would say personal growth is something all of us love. Yeah, I enjoy being in school, I enjoy being in college, but I would not like to remain there forever. So I would say this is something which everybody wants. Then comes your family and friends. So family are, I would say, if you close your eyes and if I ask you who's the most important person in your life, it could be probably your child or your spouse or your parent. For sure, because these are the most important people of our life. It can be different for anybody. But at the same time, nobody can undermine the importance of friends, and that too good friends who age like wine. Like just like Ramesh sir was telling, all my good friends I am seeing when I look at Mahatma Gandhi University, all are my good friends, and I see they are aging like tasty wine, right? So these friends are very important, probably to increase your knowledge or maybe just to have a cup of coffee. Then there are many other significant things which are very important part of our life, which again I did not mention the significant other because they vary from person to person. Then comes your health. I am sure all my friends that COVID had taught everybody one lesson. Everybody one lesson. Unfortunately, we lost some people on the way who were very close, near and dear. When you lost people before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, you are understanding how important is health. And one thing which COVID taught me was self-care, which I was never ever doing for myself. I wish that all of you please take care of your health and also focus on self-health. Please remember that if you are not healthy, if you are not happy, you can never give anything to others, right? So the first person whom you should take care is yourself. Then comes fun and creativity. And this is one more very important part of life. If this is not there, aur kya kiya?
Excuse me,
Yes, sir.
madam, like, still we have the first slide only.
Oh my God.
Enable presentation, enable editing first, or choose the another tab now.
1 second, 1 second. Uh, 1 second.
Choose a window where your presentation is there.
Yeah. Is this visible?
Not it. Yes, ma'am.
Is this?
Yes.
Is this? Did the slide change?
No, it is not slide change. Yes, now it is going.
Yeah, it is.
Now it is
The
changing.
present slide, what you should be seeing is life is like a bicycle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much. Please, if there is any such technical glitch, do let me know, because for me the slides are moving and for you they are not moving. So please do let me know. I'm sorry for the trouble. The previous slide was this, right? And this is the current slide. So if you want your life to be in a balance, we should be moving, and let us move ahead. So friends, when there are, please let me know how many of you feel that 24 hours are not enough. How many of you here feel that 24 hours are not enough? No one. All people are happy with the 24 hours they have. Is it so? Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh
more
my
than
God.
enough. More than enough.
Yes, sir?
More than enough, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. Very good, sir. Who is this?
Ma'am,
Because
my
I'm
name,
not.
my
Huh?
name is Ocean. My name is Ocean Kujur. I'm from IHM Aurangabad, Maharashtra.
Ah, so I think you are a very good time manager, sir. We should take 1 or 2 sessions from you too. And you say that 24 hours is more than enough. I think then I should borrow 1 or 2 hours from you, right? And anybody else? Friends, this is an interactive session. Please don't make it one-way street.
Ma'am, most of us are raising hands.
Madam, I'm not able to see anyone. Actually, I'm able to see only my screen.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
may I speak something?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, answer may vary person to person.
Yeah.
It's up to the person the way he or she utilizes the time. just now you said the earlier fellow is a very good time manager.
Hmm.
So it may not have any specific answer or standard answer.
That
But
is
I
why I am
feel,
asking all of you.
yes, for me, it is sufficient.
Oh, good.
24 hours.
Then you are also a very good time manager. Right? So, one madam was speaking up. I think Madam Sweta. Yeah? Madam, for you, how do you find your 24 hours? Like two of our friends told us that for them 24 hours is enough. But whenever I have seen a lot of people, like you are telling me, a lot of people are raising hands whom I am not able to see as of now. We are saying that 24 hours is a time which again depends on where you work, commuting, so many things may be a part of your life, how many, what kind of responsibilities you have, or probably it is your work life, or maybe most importantly, I would say it is your personal management style. So whenever we feel that 24 hours are short, so let us try to understand why these 24 hours fell short. And I would also take some clues from two of our friends who just told that 24 hours is more than enough and 24 hours is just enough for them. So I would like to look at people who are having a problem with managing these 24 hours or who find 24 hours short, right?
24 hours is not enough. That's why we are balancing our life with
Pardon,
work.
sir? Pardon me?
24 hours is not enough. That's why we are balancing our life with work.
That is also true, sir. But what happens, sometimes you feel that, in fact, I personally feel that I want some at least 2 to 3 hours more, sir. I don't want a lot of time, but I want only 2 to 3 hours more, not more than that. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because, I can sleep more. Sorry for giving a very lazy answer. I don't want to use that 2 hours or 3 hours more to study more or do anything more. I want to sleep more. Right? So we all run. Yes, sir?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you, but it is also said that the people who say they don't have time, actually they have a lot of time. Because the people who work for a longer time, they do not have the excuses. They would never say that I don't have time.
Sir, I will tell you one thing. Whenever we talk about time management, I always believe that we don't manage time. We need to manage ourselves.
Yes, we need.
Yeah, isn't it? I think you are trying to tell me that only.
Yes, right.
Yeah, because no, and in fact, like you said, if people say I don't have time, like if I tell a friend of mine that I didn't have time to call you, probably, yeah.
Self-report చేయమని
Yeah, probably it is that we don't have something on our priority list. When you have something on your priority list, you will always and automatically make time for it.
Yes, right.
If like people like me who say that I want to sleep, maybe I put it in the last.
Yes.
Right.
Good morning, madam.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. I think Ramesh sir is unmuted. Ramesh sir, we are able to hear all your telephone conversations.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. Right. Hello. So why do we work? Let us see why do we work. Friends, we all work because we need to take care of our daily needs, which is our personal and also the needs of our family. But whenever we talk of work-life balance, like maybe except 1 or 2 of my friends or maybe 3 of my friends, a lot of my friends who said that there is a problem in managing their work-life balance, let us go back and see how our day is or how we are spending our lives. Friends, we all take up a job or a profession or we do any kind of work because we need to make some money which will help us to manage our family and personal life. Then whenever you are thinking of this, let us go back and understand the basic question, that is, what is that we all want, right? What is that we all want? For example, each one of us have some kind of materialistic desire. I'm not talking of any other kind of desire. Let me see, spiritually or otherwise, you may have so many other desires. But materialistically, we all have certain desires which nobody can deny. After all, we are human beings, right? So maybe you want a beautiful villa, or maybe you want to have a holiday home. in some part of the world. Yeah, in fact, I'm also planning to buy one small holiday home in hills of Kerala. Right, that is one of my place. Anybody from Kerala, I think they will help me in buying one. A very small one room home, right, in Kerala. So we all want some materialistic desires. It can be a luxurious car, it could be a holiday in some beautiful part of the world, I would say, or maybe it could be having some materialistic positions like jewelry or maybe bank balance or whatever it is. So it is important for us to understand what is that we really want from things. So here, I would say the best thing is to know what is moderation. See, I want this, but how much is enough? How much is enough? See, when I think that let me save or earn something, but what is that is enough? We all don't know, friends. This is one big thing, moderation, because ati sarvatra varjaya, that is what we have been hearing in Sanskrit, which says that anything if you do more than what it is required to do, then that is going to create a problem. So it is important that we all understand the moderation as a key. It can be for anything, friends. I'm not talking about only income. It can be about your maybe exercise, right? We have been just recently we heard about the death of a very bright and young actor, Mr. Puneet Rajkumar, and a lot of people, I don't know, we really don't know what was the cause of his death, but a lot of people were talking that he was exercising too much. A lot of videos came up. So we see people who exercise, people who eat too much, or people who earn too much, people who sleep too much, or people who do anything too much. Anything too much is bad. That is a basic thing. Moderation is very, very important. So whenever you want, whatever you want, it is important for us to understand that what is the moderation, what is the amount I want. I have seen a lot of people, in fact, a lot of my friends who are settled abroad, they first told me they will earn a couple of lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, or maybe 1 crore or 2 crore, and they want to come back. And, they are working there still for past 30 years, and that line is going up. It is going up. So they never know where they want to earn, where they want to stop, when they want to come back, or what is it they expect from life. So it is important to know, yeah, this is what I want, and this much is what I want. Please don't inflate that particular thing, because that is the thing which is going to create all the problems. We are today talking of work-life balance, friends. Here, either we are overdoing our professional lives, or we are overdoing our personal lives, or we are overdoing our social lives. So what is happening is, instead of they going in perfect, rhythm, they are overriding each other, and they are trying to create some problem. We all need to understand that all our wants are limited. All our wants are limited. It can be anybody, you, me, or anybody. So, but what are we doing? We are trying to overdo the same thing. See, at the end of the day, if you earn in number of millions also, you are going to eat same amount of food. Or whatever you are trying to achieve. I have seen people who are working excessively, and they're making, it could be money or it could be anything. We all try to overdo things, and we are trying to be overtly careful. Yeah, we have our own insecurities, I do agree. But when we are overdoing things, this is causing the real stress. Friends, one of the biggest challenge for work-life balance, not having a proper work-life balance, is people do not know where there is a thin line of moderation. They don't know where I have to stop one particular thing. Right? These lines become blurred with time, I do agree. But what are we doing? But let us go back and understand. If I don't know about others, but I would like to tell you, I come from a very, very, very humble background. My father was a government employee, not making really great money. We had a small home. I remember we had a Priya scooter on which all 5 of us, 3 kids and both my parents were traveling. And we were buying maybe 2 or 3 pairs of clothes, one for Dashara, one for Sankranti, and one for happy birthday, right? And we would not go out to dine outside. We would eat at home. And, probably once in a year, we would go out to eat. And I remember as a child, I made many, many great memories, which I can carry all my life. And this is what everybody needs. This is what everybody needs. More important than your home or a vehicle or clothes or food or vacation or any other gadgets it is the beautiful memories which we have to build with our loved ones, which is very, very important. But what are we doing? When I say home, we are going beyond this. And when we know that this is required, what kind of home do you want? What is your, see, I was just sharing with you that because I work in a construction sector, you'll be surprised to know that today in market, there is no demand for 2-bedroom house. There is no demand. In Hyderabad, if you come down, there are very few units compared to a decade back. Today, 2-bedroom houses are.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Once again, slide remains same.
Where are we?
Bicycle.
You-
Third slide.
We are still in third slide.
Yes.
Why is it stopping so much? 1 second. Yeah, Swati Sri Garu. Madam, you raise your hand. Friends, are you able to see the 12th slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, still you are opening in the PowerPoint. Go to presentation mode.
Press F5 function key, ma'am.
No, FI only.
See, while opening the tab, while opening the window,
Okay.
open the slide window.
No, I'm opening that window only. See, here I'm just saying share. It says, it is asking whether I should open a tab or a window or your entire screen. I said I opted for a window.
Oh.
And after going for a window, I have selected what I am doing, whatever is that PPT.
You are selected wrong one, ma'am. You are selected the PowerPoint mode. You are supposed to select presentation mode. There will be 2 modes there. In such a case, you better choose the entire window.
1 second. Then let me see. Yeah, but when I say entire window, it is showing this way.
It's fine. Okay. Then go to the thing after. No. Then select the tab on the bottom, madam. No. On your status bar, there is PPT is there. That you minimize it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that one, right.
Is this visible now?
Now slide share. Right, fine. Now this is wonderful.
This is slide number 12 we are seeing?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, madam.
Oh my God. Right. Please, if it is stopping, please do let me know. I am in 12th slide. I think we missed from 3rd to 12 all the time. Right? All my friends are so kind enough that they're not telling me anything. Yeah. Shall I go ahead? Is it moving?
Yeah, it's
Is it moving? Yeah, all that. This is all that is required. Yeah, very good.
Yes, it is written.
It's coming.
Keep it simple, then
Then life remains simple. Yeah. Yeah. So now I would ask 1 or 2 people to tell me which was the best phase of your life, current phase or when you were with your parents? Which was the best time of your life? The one what you're enjoying today or the one which you enjoyed as a child?
Both cannot be compared.
Okay, you both cannot be compared. But if you
Obviously,
think of the most memorable one.
Obviously, when we are child, we enjoyed a lot.
Yeah. Obviously, when you were a child, you enjoyed a lot. But madam, I would like to ask you, what did we have as kids? See, what did we have as kids? Probably, we today when you see today's kids, maybe their definition of enjoyment is different. But our lives were very, very simple. In fact, I would like to tell you, that my father being a government employee, we were getting LTC, and he was also getting an option of encashing it. Because both my parents were travel buffs, my father never encashed an LTC, and he would always take her to different places. And it was like, we would travel by tempo, 2-3 families together, and then we would stay in, the chowdhuries. I don't know if today's generation know what is a chowdhury. It is called as dharmashala, or it was some guest houses which were by the Ramesh sir, I think the disturbance is coming from your end. Yeah. So we would stay in dharmashalas, and probably no problem, sir. I think you are on, no? All right, that was it. So what was happening? We were just living a very simple life. We didn't have many important, or maybe gadgets, fancy clothes, or toys also. I remember I had only 1 or 2 toys which were mine, and maybe I had my siblings also had 1 or 2 toys, and we would share them and play. And when the life was so simple, it was very beautiful. But what we have done today, we have complicated it. So what is happening is, the more we are complicating, there is the fun of getting it has come down. Traveling by a first class train was such a great thing for us. Today our children fly and they don't even enjoy. In fact, when I fly, I always try to see through window and see the clouds. That could be nothing, but I see the clouds and I enjoy the time. And while my kids are very busy with their mobile phones, I feel that today's generation have stopped enjoying things. And in fact, staying with them, we also have stopped enjoying things. We also use our phone so much. We also have, for us also, everything has become very, very complicated. A bigger car, because I want to show off to my colleagues or to my friends, or a bigger home, better home, or maybe expensive clothes, nice jewelry. So all these things have become, there is something called as an internal competition. In fact, when we study organizational development, we study about a principle which says that human beings are basically unhappy because they live up to others' expectations. We are trying to see ourselves through others' eyes. That is one very big thing which is not keeping our life simple. We are always competing. We are always trying to have this or that because somebody else in our lives have them. Friends, this is one of the biggest stress factor. No need. Somebody else may have a better car. Somebody else may have a beautiful house. Somebody else may go to a foreign trip. It won't make a difference probably. If we look at really like that, right? So what are the things which we want? So it is important for us to plan things ahead. What are your wants? Guys, the slides are changing, I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is one thing which I love to say, that enjoy the little things in life. One day you will look back and realize that they were the big things. Friends, I want to tell you one beautiful article on psychology which I read recently. The author was telling, if we count the moments of happiness in our life, it can be the happiness of getting married, or getting your favorite job, or maybe becoming a parent, or whatever it is. If you count all the happy moments, right? When you got your desired job, you were happy for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours maximum, if you try to count it. So when you try to put all these time together, this will be less than 48 hours in a day. And I was really, really surprised, because when I read it, I felt, yeah, that is true. Because how much time in my entire life today I am 49. So in this 49 years, if I count how many hours of happiness I had in my life. So if I have a happiness bank, how many moments I have credited into it. So what it says is, every day find at least 5 minutes of happiness. It can be anything, friends. See, to each one, you have your own way. Like for me, I love listening to a beautiful song that makes my day. Or for you, it can be having a nice aromatic cup of coffee, a very strong coffee in the morning. It can be for somebody spending time with their loved one, or it can be, your child's hug, which is very, very important. So please keep adding. In every day, you give yourself that 5 minutes, which will make you happy. Do anything which gives you happiness. It can be reading a book, it can be listening to a song, watching anything, or it can be doing some particular thing, eating your favorite food, or the list is endless, right? So Please keep adding to your happiness bank. This is something what I have learned and I have been practicing. And please, I want you all also to do this, and you will definitely enjoy every day, just 5 minutes. I'm not asking you more time, right? So what are we doing? What is the magic pill for success? We all want to be successful. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong. But what does this magic pill of success has? One is to know what we want in life. Second is to identify and work with that particular action. So this will only constitute 20% of our life, friends. The remaining 80% is our persistence to work towards success or happiness. Here, for you, success can be different. For me, success can be different. Like I told you, if we are setting up a happiness bank, so let us try to understand how much or what we want to do every day. You can do anything, right? So this is something what we all should be working for. So let us put a time frame to everything we are trying to do in our lives, right? We have a calendar. Let us have a calendar and have a time frame. First is we have to fulfill the basic needs. Nobody denies that. I'm not saying that we all will live a simple life. We all will go to Himalayas and live there. No. I don't want to. See, if you and I do this, where will the GDP of country go, right? We all also need to contribute to the country's economy, right? So what we are trying to say is, we will set up our goals and start working towards it, knowing that moderation is the key. So setting up your moderation as a key, it can be anything, friends. The target can be like you are planning to have 2 crores as your property, or 10 crores as your property, 5 crores as your bank balance, whatever is your goal. Please set it. Do not, once for all, you set your goal and work for it. It can be a whole. Please do not write, like I'm telling you, this goal keeps on expanding. Don't do that, especially at least about material possessions. Once you set up your goal and once it is achieved, just to leave it aside. Don't keep on adding to it. I have seen many people, their list is endless. So what is happening in our life? We are always running behind one thing or the other thing and forgetting to live, which is, I think, the most pathetic thing. So when you do that, yeah. Here, the second thing what we are going to do is, when you are at work, friends, let us give our best when we are at work, because your organization is something which puts food on your table. It is something which pays your children's fees. It gives you an opportunity to enjoy your holiday. It gives you a great sense of financial security. And more importantly, our work inculcates great pride in what we are. In fact, most of us have great pride. I have a great pride being a teacher. So my job is very important for me. My organization is very important for me. I value it. I respect it. So, but whatever time I am at work, I will try to keep my other disturbances at bay. I will not try to bring in all my personal things, all my social things. I have seen a lot of people during their working hours, they do many other things. Yeah, you can do it. Once in a while, it is not wrong, right? But what is very important is, when you are at work, don't try to steal your work hours and use it for something else. When you are at office, be at office, give your best. And more than anybody else's recognition, it is your own moral commitment. I know most of you here are teachers. So for us, the biggest and the best thing comes is our moral commitment towards our job, our profession, and our future generations. So when you are at office, spend your time there. Do not go into any kind of distance. Then you come home. Yeah, I agree. But again, now I'm very sure some of my friends will say that because we are in this profession, we sometimes do carry our work home and we prepare at home, undoubtedly. In fact, this PPT also I prepared at home. It is not that I prepared at my workplace. I prepared at my home. Yeah, friends, there is nothing like, in a 12 hours time, work, our 24 hours is not a cake where I can cut it and say, yeah, this 12 hours are work, this 12 hours are home. No. Sometimes my professional life barges into my personal time. Sometimes my personal life barges into my professional time. But let me not do it often. Please try to minimize it. A lot of people bring their homework to office and bring their office work to home. When you are at home, please remember that the right of that particular, the right on that time is your families. It can be your spouse, it can be your parents, or it can be your kids. So when you are at home, do not try to bother. A lot of people spend a lot of time on talking on calls with their colleagues or doing other things. See, again, friends, it is like I'm again and again repeating, there is nothing like, at home you are not supposed to do your official work. You can, but don't make it a habit. Don't make it a practice. Don't do it regularly. When you are at home, this is your heaven, isn't it? Home is our best place to come back. So when you come home, spend time with your family. That is what home is meant for, isn't it? It is not meant for you to do your office work. Of course, again, COVID has changed this definition, I'm sure, right? Home is a place where we live our dreams, spend our beautiful time. Like I told you, as a parent, the biggest gift which you can give your own child is the memories what they are going to carry for their life, like your parents gave you. Yeah, our parents were, in fact, when we look what we are giving to our children in terms of material possession, we are better, you give your kids better things, I think, a better phone or maybe a two-wheeler at very young age. And maybe at that age, we didn't even have a cycle, right? Yeah, material possessions wise, we are giving our children more. But are we giving them equally good parenting? Are we giving them equally good memories? Are we giving them equally good time, more importantly? I want to tell you one thing, friends. Between husband and wife, it is always quality time. There are occasions when you may get only, again, I don't say you should not spend time with your spouse, but most of the times, if you both are working, it so happens that you get hardly 10 minutes of time to talk to each other in a day. In fact, that is one more way where to keep house at peace. But mostly, you get very little time to spend with your spouse. But still, because you have been together for a long time, you can understand each other. But I want to tell you one thing. With your kids, it is always quantity time. Try to spend more time with your kids. Yeah, there are so many theories out there which say, tell your child that they are important for 6 times a day, hug them 9 times a day, do this for 18. No, I don't believe in all those things. You don't have to do it. But how many of us, see, can the participants tell me how many of you think that their kids are the most important part of their life? Guys, please don't raise hand. I'm not able to see you. I would like to hear your voice. Somebody's mic is on.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, agree more than. In fact, this is the God's way of running life. God is very smart. That is how God has created. Though our parents gave us birth, we love our children more than our own parents. Yeah, maybe not true for some people, but in most.
Agreed.
Yeah. But now tell me, my two friends who said agree, they should tell me, your child is the most important part of your life. But how much time do you give to your child, madam, every day?
Very less.
Let us put it as half an hour, 1 hour.
2 hours. 1 to
Okay,
2
2 hours. Madam, how old is your kid? How old are your kids?
My daughter is 9-year-old.
Only one?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
it depends on the age of the children.
Yeah. That is why I asked the age, madam. That is why I asked the age. So you have only one daughter who is 9 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Madam, I want to tell you one simple thing. We think that children who are 9 years or maybe 2 years or 4 years, they don't understand what we tell. But I want to tell you one thing. Children who are even 1 year old will understand what a parent is talking. They may not know the essence of it, but when you speak to them, they will try to understand what you are trying to convey to them.
Agreed.
In fact, if your child is younger, I feel you should give more and more time.
Ma'am, actually, I always am in a guilt that I'm not giving time to her, and that is reflected in my behavior, and she catches it up. So she take undue advantage of that.
These kids are smart, madam. Madam, I would like to tell you, this is this Madam Sweta?
Dr. Pratima.
Dr. Pratima. Dr. Pratima, I want to tell you, please don't think you are only one in this guilt. I am sure all working women in the world, not only here on this podium, but everywhere in the world, all working mothers have this guilt that they are not giving enough time to their children. Somewhere it pinches us saying that, you know, I want to tell you, when I was a kid, my mother was a homemaker. She would never do a job. And I was such a troublesome child that I would never go home if the home was locked. You know, if my mother is going out, she has to tell me. From school, I would stay at a friend's place and go home when my mother is coming. I would hate to see a locked door. But today, both my kids come home to a locked door and they open it on their own and they get inside, you know. That is one guilt which I have. Like you, we all have the same guilt. And like you said, your daughter is taking advantage. Madam, this is the smartness of today's children. You know, they directly tell, Mama, you can't give me time. Then why can't you give me this? Right? Every child does this. But
Actually, she is not asking that, but I try to balance it by giving her things like
we try to compensate our time with money.
Exactly.
We buy them things just because we feel that.
And I know that is wrong, but this is the what solution I have tried to bring it out.
Madam, I want to tell you one thing. I don't see, madam, in parenting, I'm also a parenting coach, so I talk to a lot of parents day in and day out. I want to tell you one thing. In parenting, there is nothing called as right and wrong, because we all do it. Unless and until we are a parent who is trying to trouble our children, which probably very few parents would do. But most of the times you are trying to give your best to your child, right? You are giving best to your child, and you have this guilt because somewhere you feel that you are also using her time. But don't take it that way, because as a mother, what you are trying to do is the best thing what is in your capacity. Right? Don't live in that guilt. That is something which, but I would only tell you one simple thing is, try to talk more with them. Try to spend more time with them. At home, for so many years, I don't, I was watching TV much before my children were born, I guess. I don't watch TV. I don't do any other thing at home except spending time with my children. My children are grown up, of course, now. But I talk to them almost everything on earth. And, you know, for them, for our children, I should say, we should be the first person whom they can approach if there is anything. It can be a good thing, bad thing, their experience or their fears or anything. We should be the first one. So this will only come with communication, madam. So if your child is young as 9 years old, I'll tell you, this is a beautiful time you have with your daughter. Please know that if she is 13, 14, and once she becomes a teenager, she will not give you time. Forget about you giving her time.
Agreed.
They don't need in the sense, they don't want to talk to us. They are very busy. But ensure that you please make, excuse me for a second. Hello? Good morning. మేడం నేను 12 వరకు ఒక క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను, 12 తర్వాత వస్తాను. చెప్పండి సార్. I'm sorry, friends. I'm sorry. Right? So, madam, they don't want to talk to us, but you make it a practice, madam. You try, you plan. I know. I'm sure you will get a very good idea about this. You make some time where you all will talk to each other. It can be dinner time or it can be any time. And in fact, it is not only for mothers. I'm telling to all the fathers here also. Don't think that as a father, I don't have to talk to my child. Only it is mother's job. Nothing is like that. And being a parent is a privilege. It is a God's gift that we all can be great parents and build better kids. You know, I would say, you talk to your children as much as you can. Just tell them anything. And we think that they don't understand. They understand so many things, madam. So many things. You'll be surprised.
But she shares, ma'am. She shares everything.
That is so good. You should. And madam, what you can do is, I will tell you one small technique which I follow. I follow. I don't know it is a very good technique or bad technique, I don't know. But what I do is, madam, I work in a very far off place from my home. So daily I spend around 5 hours in my journey only. And my work timings are almost 10 hours. So this takes a big amount of my time. So what I do is, whenever I go to buy vegetables or I go to DMart or to buy provisions, or when I go out, I take my children along, right? So while I'm doing that, I will spend time with them. And at home also, when I'm doing cooking or anything, I'll ask them to finish their homework by the time I reach home, because I reach home at 8 o'clock. I say, whatever is your basic work, you finish. From 8 to 8:30, I'll just make a cup of tea for myself, sit with them and just talk to them about what happened in their school today, what happened in their college today, what was a funny thing. And I will also tell them what happened at my workplace, some jokes. Generally, we try to share. From 8:30 to 9:30, madam, I prepare dinner, and they both are with me in kitchen. I have 2 kids actually. My son is doing his second year engineering, and my daughter is in her 9th standard. So they both are with me in kitchen. I tell my son also, because now he's grown up, he has friends, so many things, and I tell him, nothing doing, this 1 hour is mine. So that 8:30 to 9:30, I'll take them into kitchen, I'll prepare food, I'll serve them, and I will be talking. At that particular point of time, that 1 hour, I dedicatedly give it to them. And in fact, while they're eating their food, I'll be doing other things at home, because I have to plan for tomorrow, I have to work, prepare for tomorrow. But that 1 hour, what I do is, sometimes I eat with them or I wait back for my spouse. But when they are eating also, that 8:30 to 9:30 time is exclusive. There is no TV, no phone, no internet. We only talk. And it will be like, I know all their friends, and my kids know all my colleagues, how it happens at my workplace, what are the funny things which happen with my students, or what are the bad things which happen. So it is a time you just to make some time in your day, madam. And Pratima, madam, you also see that, that one particular hour or half, it can be anything, madam. See, for everyone, it has different set. So there is no one, one universal rule which works for all. So you can do one thing is that you can do that, you can take up that time and spend with your child. And I want to tell you one thing, though, as I don't know, the other madam was mentioning, with the age, this time will vary. Like I told you, once they grow up, they don't want. Like when I say this 1 hour, now, just in last 1-2 years, after my son joined his engineering, he's telling, Mama, can we make this instead of 1 hour, can we make it half an hour? I said, nothing doing. We'll make it 1 hour only. When I am leaving away everything and spending time with you, you should also spend time with me for 1 hour a day. So as they grow, they will give us little time. But even it is 10 minutes also, it is worth. And more importantly, this may sound to be very, westernized way. Like in India, I'm sure maybe modern parents are following it. But hug your child, touch your child, hold your child's hand at least once a day. By telling them that, your touch will tell your child that I am with you, no matter what happens. Our touch will tell our child, give us the confidence that we are with them, even when they fail, even when they go wrong in life, even something wrong happens to them. So we all will try to ensure that we are going to make our home a real dream home, a place where our children, tomorrow they may grow and fly away to any part of the world, but this should be a place where they long to come back, right? They should want to come back and spend time with us. This is one beautiful place, dream heaven, which we are going to build for our children. I feel it can be, varying with age or with child or with different needs, but we will make time to talk to your children. So from today, we all will promise that we will spend at least some time with our children. It can be 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends on how much time you have with yourself. The next thing is, then, like I told you, the first important person in your life, yeah, you all told it is your kid. I agree, but I want to make a small correction here, that I want to say that the most important person in your life is you. If you don't give yourself a time, in fact, friends, when we talk of work-life balance, I tell everyone, weekly 1 hour you give to yourself. Like I told you, daily 5 minutes. I am sure most of us, because we come from a generation where we love to listen songs, not this rap and hap and pop, but the old melodious songs. It can be anybody, right? You can listen a song, you can watch some sport, you can read a book, or you can do anything. Daily 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can do something like this. Or if you can't get the daily 5 to 10 minutes, if you can't do it every day, yeah, weekly one half an hour, 1 hour, you can do something what you love to do. It can be absolutely anything, because life is all about a choice what we are going to make in it. In fact, I would say, how many of you can do any of these things? Either they can paint, sketch, play a game, or dance, create, cook, or compose. I'm sure at least one of these things you can do. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Which one you can do, sir? Paint? You can paint?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, very good. Very good. So, how long has it been that you have painted something? Yeah. When was it last time that you painted something?
Last Sunday.
Oh, that's good. So you do it regularly?
Occasionally, ma'am.
Please try to do it more often, sir. More often.
Sure, ma'am.
Right? And actually, I didn't add one thing here which I like to do is sing.
Singing, I do. Though not a good singer, but I do, and I do it daily.
Madam, why do we have to be good singers? See, we don't want to be good singers and give competition to somebody else, right?
Yes, agreed.
If you become a good singer, what will Shreya Ghoshal do? Yeah. Let her do her job, we will do our job, no?
But I do it daily while cooking and while going to bed.
Very good. And when you sing, when you sing, don't worry who is loving it. My children sometimes close their ears, they tell, Mama, you are a bad singer. Then I say, yeah, I know, but the world loves bad singers. Because we don't sing with our throat, we sing with our heart. And madam, like I was telling you, I spent 5 hours in commuting. You know what is the best thing which I do? I drive all alone, right? So all my 2 hours journey, I have a beautiful collection, madam. If you happen to meet, I will share with you. I don't know what kind of songs you like, but I like listening to old Hindi melodies. I have probably 13,000-14,000 songs. And
Same here.
Very good. So I think we can exchange our playlist.
Exactly.
So I play this in my car when I'm driving, and I roll up all the windows. I can sing as I like. In fact, my children sometimes comment, they say that there is no pest in your car. Amma, even if there is a cockroach in your car, by listening to your songs, it will die, it seems. I said, I don't care. Right? You do this. Friends, any of these things. It can be artwork. See, when we were kids, they say that, as we grow, our mind closes and we don't try doing anything. And each one of us here surely has one talent. Others are not sharing, probably because they don't want to tell us how good they are, I think, because I see around 40 to 50 participants in the group, and only
Madam, I love cooking, ma'am.
Wow, sir, that is a great thing, sir. What do you cook, sir?
Everything, ma'am. Veg, non-veg, everything.
Wow, I am already having the whiff of the great food.
True, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I also love cooking, sir. But more than cooking, I love eating, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the reason of my great health and heavy body. Right? Sir,
Yes.
I would like to tell you, cooking is a very creative art, sir. Very creative art. And I want to share that I also cook a lot of things. Of course, I do a good job, right? We will meet up sometime, sir, to share our cooking tips and tricks, right?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
So cooking is good, and it relieves me a lot of stress, sir. When I'm stressed, I cook, and that gives me a lot of peace of mind, because I try to recreate a dish in a different form, so we can do. So other friends also, I'm sure you all must be doing this or many other things. So friends, let us do this. And this is one thing, like drawing. Is the screen changing? Friends, is the screen changing? You are able to see this picture of drawing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we all did this kind of drawing, and I'm sure most of us were good with our hand then, but we stopped doing it. So don't stop it. Please try to do. And I want to tell you one thing, very, very, maybe, very surprising thing. Or maybe, we all think we are seeing a gentleman on the screen here who is painting, and you see his age, he's very aged. I want to share with you, a friend of mine joined drawing school just last year. She's 50. She has turned 50 last year, and she joined a drawing school because both her kids went for higher education. Husband is busy with work. She has been a good artist, and I should say a good painter all her life, but she didn't had any formal coaching. And she has been a homemaker all life because her husband was on a touring job. She could not take up any permanent or fixed job. So last year or last before year, she was talking to me and she told, I am feeling bored because my son went abroad and my daughter is studying in some other city. I don't have anything to do. I told, why don't you pursue your education? Why don't you do anything in painting? So she has joined a drawing school in Baroda, and she is doing her bachelor's in drawing. And she says, I am the oldest person in the class. Then I said, you are not the oldest person. You are the most interesting person in the class. You look at yourself like that. In fact, we can take up, we can pursue. And all of us, I feel, should have one hobby which we all should want to pursue after we retire. Right? When universities say that after 60, 65, 62, you can't work, we all will take up one hobby at least and try to continue. Friends, I want to learn an instrument, any musical instrument. This is my plan. I hope it works. So you can also select something and do it. And as of now, whatever you are amateur in, like singing, drawing, cooking, painting, or anything, or doing any kind of such modeling work or playing with your children. And madam, this is you. One madam.
Yes.
Madam, this is you. You can just share this picture with your family, tell them this is me one day. All right. So we are trying to do all these things. So again, like this is one thing. Cooking, where you can involve your children, they'll be loving. And I'm sure gardening is also one of the most favorite hobby which most of our friends love to do. Or it can be knitting, it can be embroidery, or any people, anyone here who is enthusiastic to go on an adventure. Small adventures, road trips, traveling, again is a great learning. In fact, I got this traveling from my parents, and I'm half of India I saw on road trip. So that was great learning for me. So if you love any adventure sports, so I'm waiting if anybody is planning to go to Leh Ladakh, I want to go with them. Right? Actually, it was scheduled somewhere in 2020 February, but it delayed, and then we had COVID. So we'll take up some kind of adventure sports also, which will make us complete. Or pets. I don't know how many of you like having pets, or how many of you already have pets. I don't know. Of course, this I can't do. But having pets also gives you a lot of emotional relief. But whatever you are doing, friends, among all these things, whatever you are doing, this is something you are doing because you want to value the most important person in your life, that is you. You have to give time to your dreams. You have to give time to yourself. You have to listen to yourself. I know a lot of women, of course, our generation is better, but I know my mother would love to eat bitter gourd, kakarakaya, right? My mother would love to eat bitter gourd, and she would cook it very well. But because none of us at home would eat, like we kids, and even my father would not like eating bitter gourd, she would never cook it. But when I have grown, when I came into college, one day I was casually talking to my mother. I asked her, what is your favorite vegetable? She said, my favorite vegetable is bitter gourd. Then I asked her, why is it you don't cook? She says, nobody at home eats. Then I said, you can cook it for yourself. She said, who will make 2 vegetables? Then I said, you teach me how to make. And since then, every weekend I would make that bitter gourd curry like the way my mother would like for her. Every Sunday I would make that curry. I would say, okay, if you feel that doing additional work you don't like, let me do it for you. And in fact, I learned eating bitter gourd because my mother would enjoy my company with her. Friends, everybody has some interest. And in fact, this is not only for us, even it can be your spouse or it can be your child. Like your child does something, don't say this is a stupid thing. It can be anything. Or your wife is loving. I have seen a lot of men commenting about if their wives are doing embroidery, this is a wasteful job. Or if I see many women commenting on their husbands that this is something which is not useful, why do you do this kind of work? Please respect what others do. What gives them happiness, let them do. Let us do what gives us happiness. So it is important to be yourself at the end of the day. Because let us draw a clear line between our work and our home. Work is where I make money, I earn because I want to live my dream. Because this is one part of my life. If I don't make money here, I will not be in a position to afford my dreams. Right? I will not be in a position to fulfill the desires or dreams of my children or my family members. So my workplace is very important where I want to earn money or livelihood. At the workplace, I am focused about what I am supposed to do, how I am supposed to do. And in fact, most importantly, it is important that we love our job. I'm not asking you to love your colleagues or boss. We will not like them, right? There are two people whom nobody likes. One is mother-in-law, second is boss, right? That is what is a joke. But I would say at workplace, love your work. What you're doing, you give your best. Friends, I'm sure you will enjoy, you will have greater job satisfaction. There, you will not focus on other things. Let us not focus on other things. And work is work. That dedication is very, very important. A lot of people, while away their time. But at the same time, I have seen many. In fact, to be a teacher, I have been inspired by many of my teachers who selflessly gave themselves for the betterment of students. I have seen, I'm honored, I'm privileged, I'm blessed to have those teachers, who helped me to become what I am. They did not come to class. They did not just give a lecture and go away. They were really the true mentors. We didn't have this word called as mentoring, counselor then, but my teachers were great mentors, great counselors. I would say they were our second set of parents who helped us, who identified what we can do, and they encouraged us. They pushed us. In fact, today we don't, even in schools, it is not allowed to, hit a child. But I remember even in my graduation, my college principal, he was a very strict person. He would carry a cane around when we were in graduation. This is, he would carry a cane around when students are loitering here and there in the corridors or in playground when the class are around. He would just hit with a cane, not really hitting them, just giving them a small tap, I would say. We were scared of him, and that is something we never complained about. So my teachers told me how to be a great teacher. Okay, if I can become at least 10% of what they were, I think I did my job. So let us do our job, because this is very, very important. Like I say, I am taking, when at the end of the day, when I pick up my salary, I should have a pride. Yeah, I earned it. It is not just because, I am here, I am privileged to be in this job, so I am getting salary at any way, right? There are a lot of people who try to do their work half-heartedly. Let us not do that. Because when you do your job full, and especially in the profession where we are, which has great social relevance, when we do it fully, I'm sure more than your salary, you will enjoy your job. And when I come back to home, that is the other side of my life. Let me forget about my work. Let me not carry it. Like I told you, except in exceptions. Let me live my dreams. Let me be with the people whom I love the most. Let me enjoy their company. Let them enjoy my company. Let me live my life. I will also let them live their life, right? And remember that whenever people say I relax, relaxing is not just sitting idle. Relaxing is you can enjoy doing anything. I have known a lot of people who come back and do. In fact, in Hyderabad, I met a couple of people who are full-time doctors. My ophthalmologist, he is around 70 years old, Dr. Prakash Rao, 70 years old. Friends, you can find him on Instagram. He is a great photographer. Great photographer. He learned photography through passion. And as he says, every day. Then I was telling him, sir, you're so busy. You run a hospital. You are so busy. When do you get time to click pictures? He told me, every day if I don't click one picture, I will not sleep. And he takes time off once in every 3 months. He will take 1 week off and he will travel to places and clicks pictures. Dr. Prakash Rao is on Instagram, friends. You can just check out. And he likes a lot of wildlife photography. And I am surprised at 70, the energy he has, the eye for detail he has is simply impeccable. Right? So let us enjoy what we are trying to do. And let us try to understand that there is important to balance both work and life. Let me not be unhappy or dissatisfied at work or at home. But when you are trying to balance both of them, mostly, like I told you, there is no piece of cake that I give equal time. We all have our own ups and downs. Sometimes, yes, they intrude into each other's boundaries, right? Sometimes, some days when you have a lot of work, I talked to Dr. Ravi, and he was telling me every time I call him, he is always busy with something or the other thing. So much of time I was thinking this boy gives to, I will call him boy because he was my student once upon a time. So this boy gives to his work. I wonder what he does with his personal life. Evening 8 o'clock also he's busy somewhere. So friends, don't take every energy of yours. Leave some energy for yourself also. So if you want to smooth sail your life, at least you should be happy that you are balancing both. Forget about what others think about it. Whether you are happy about it is very, very important. Because remember that your job is important, your work is important. But remember, your work is only a part of your life. Don't make it your life. A lot of people are truly obsessed with their jobs. They work like maniacs. Please don't do this. Right? And it is important to understand that whenever we are trying to sit back and count what are the wonderful things in your life, it will never be your paycheck. It will never be your promotion. Sit back for a while and try to recollect all those things which gave you happiness in your life. Then I am sure they are something which have nothing to do with your work or your growth. These were simple things. It could be anything. Going and meeting a childhood friend, spending an evening with them. Yeah, I'm sure that is something which will bring a smile on your face. Definitely not a paycheck. So what is important in your life? Let us focus on it. Spend time with your children. Go for your own medical checkups, which most of us ignore. Yeah, COVID told us don't ignore your health. Please, please do not ignore your health. And spend time with your spouse. Once in a while, nothing wrong. Go take your wife, take your husband out for a dinner or a lunch. Just to spend some time without a guilt that, like Indian parents, we all have one very bad habit. For us, outing is never complete with our kids. Without our kids, I should say. I'm also one of them. I'm sorry. Right? Though I am telling you this, I also don't do this. After our kids are born, there was never a time that only when I and my husband went out to a lunch or a dinner. Even in fact, he proposes it. He says sometimes, okay, tomorrow we'll go out for dinner. Then I'll say we'll take kids along because I don't enjoy without kids. But friends, this is something which even I should learn, I feel. Yeah. Or maybe it's okay this way also. I don't know. Take time to be with your partner. Go for a meal. Right? So one day your home will become empty. Your children will grow. They will go away. You want to long. You just wish that they were around and they are making all these things. They are demanding you. They're throwing tantrums and all these things. One day we grow old and probably we wish that, yeah, I should have done this with my husband or with my wife. Right? Let us not always run behind the material things. Let us not always forget. We all forget creating memories. We all forget living moments. Let us not do this. This is one thing I feel. And at the end, I want to tell you one simple thing. That is, when we talk of rethinking of work-life balance, the simple and only one thing is there is nothing called as work-life balance. Friends, people who say there is work-life balance, this is what you should do for work-life balance, please understand that there is nothing like work-life balance. We all have our own things at given point of time. So it is never like every day you do everything perfectly. But what is very important is whether you are enjoying doing it. Take a holiday, take some day off just to relax. In fact, I did this some time back, on a busy weekday. I really was too very tired with so many things going on. Then, one day when at my workplace, when I had lean work, what I did is I took a day off, packed off husband to office, sent my children to schools. And then, I just had a good sleep. Sat back and watched Maya Bazaar. I don't know if you know this movie. Sat back and watched Maya Bazaar movie. And then, I enjoyed it. Right? In fact, that day I think I must have watched a lot of things, a lot of movies. I think 2 or 3 movies I watched. Right? So please remember that what is very important is whether you are enjoying your life, whether you are happy about it. And when you are happy about it, that is it. Right? So this is what is my presentation, friends. Yeah. I hope I could add or I could convey my idea to you, at least in a way which I plan to, or right? I would love to hear from you if you want to ask me something. Right?
Yes, madam, you have added something.
Is it, sir? Right? Yeah, please do let me know how this is going to help you, or what kind of thing you have. What is that one thing you would like to take back? Thank you, Mr. Rafi.
Yeah, any questions from the participants?
Yeah, please. Thank you, Pratima Garu.
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Sharat from Baroda, Gujarat.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sharat.
Yes, thank you, madam. You have added something in our life, especially mine, because I have so many habits that hobbies I think are useless to singing or guitar playing or harmonium playing. Or I'm also connected with music, and also I produce my own vegetable on my terrace. I have also pet. I keep rabbit.
Oh, you do so many things then.
Yes, I also used to go trekking on every Sunday at morning 4 to 9 a.m. Means in morning 9 a.m. I am free from trekking, hard trekking. Means 5 hours I spare weekly for trekking. And I also rode cycle for 30 minutes daily from last 5 years. But I thought all these hobbies are useless. People criticize, but you said these are very useful, which make me balance to my health, economy, and all things.
Sir, more than physical health, they aid to a lot of mental health.
Yes,
it is something.
Very important.
Yeah. See, when you are a happy person, you give happiness to others.
Yes.
And when we are unhappy with ourselves, we don't contribute anything to anybody. We make our life miserable, we make others' life miserable.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other inputs, any other questions from the participants? I would like to listen or love to answer them.
Madam, good morning, madam.
Very good morning, Varaprasad Garu.
Yes, madam. Thank you very much for this. This is a wonderful session, madam, we had today. I have a habit. I love cooking and dancing, madam.
Oh.
Yes, madam.
Sir, show us your face, sir. Show us your face. See, tomorrow when I see you in some dance baby dance competition, I should recognize you, no?
Thank you, madam. I got to know, madam, it's balancing means making happy entire day. Would like to be make beauty and handsome. I got the thing today from your class, madam. I'm very happy. Thank you very much all the time.
Thank you, sir. When you are happy, you look good. When you are happy, you are healthy. And sir, every day, please remember our happiness bank. We will promise that we will keep on adding balance to this happiness bank. Every day, 5 minutes, not more than that, 5 minutes.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
So
Oh,
please,
madam, so thank you.
sir, please remember if you win in any of these competitions, right? Please give us a party.
Definitely, madam. Definitely. Welcome, and it's pleasure to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Ma'am, you have given more live examples, which is more associated with the day-to-day life, which is more interesting to listen and realize what we are doing and what we have to add on in our life on day-to-day basis.
Sir, when you are with knowledgeable people, I have learned one lesson in my life, sir. When you are with knowledgeable people, you should always share your ignorance.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much. Sir, in fact, a lot of these things I learned from my own parents, sir. My own parents, because they always believed that spending time with their children, because we had very little means, sir, in life. And with that, they helped us to build such beautiful memories that with limited resources, how you can be happy, I learned from them.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir. I'm glad that you liked this session.
Welcome.
Nice talking
Thank
to
you
you.
so much, madam.
Thank you,
How
sir.
is Srinivas sir, madam?
Fine, sir. Fine.
There is no change at all while seeing you, Pramada madam, after 20 years back. The same way that you are here. I'm very happy today that when taking a class to us, we become a students now.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I'm very
Sir,
happy seeing
sir.
you. Really, a good ideas. We have to sharing of knowledge is very important. So this is the stage where we have to enjoy a lot by seeing our disciples, our peers, and also our own family members. I'm very happy seeing you again as you are our family member under
Yes,
this
sir.
Usmania
Yes.
University, Mahatma Gandhi University, or Palamur University. Thank you so much, madam, of
Thank you,
coming
sir.
here and blessing all these members of this studio.
Thank you. I am equally privileged to be among all these learned people. Pratima madam, I have just shared my mail ID.
Yes, ma'am. Seen. Thank you so much.
You can switch on your camera. We would love to see you.
Yeah, ma'am, at the outset, I would like to congratulate Pratima, madam, for the excellent session. It was very interactive and informative. You have told how to draw a line between a personal life and work. So how the work-life balance really makes a big important thing. Once we have shown everything. So what is the work-life balance and how it should be managed? So that is nothing but rethinking about a work-life balance. So
Yes,
you already told that life is like a bicycle. So everyone will be having only 24 hours of time. So we had to manage within the time limit. So some people will need more time. Some people will be okay with the 24 hours. So it varies from person to person. And it was really associated with day-to-day life examples. It has bring back the many memories back. So the session was associated with a lot of emotions. And really, we have learned a lot from you, madam. The examples were so nice. So how to manage the family life and work life, because without both we cannot go ahead, because both are very important. So that is how we have to manage. So the session is very important. You have to set up our goals and we have to reach the goals without disturbing the family life also. So we
Yes,
love
sir.
to hear such sessions, many more from you, ma'am. So we don't know how the time went off. So thank you so much for you being here, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Have a great life. Have a blessed life. God bless you with health and happiness.
Thank you so much.
Success will always follow
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we
Right.
take a break for 5 minutes and after
Yes,
12:05, the session 2 will start. Thank you so much to all
yes,
the
sir.
participants and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Somebody raise your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.